Hello and welcome back to Russ Sweat and ADOs. Hope you had a lovely new year and welcome to 2023. I ended 2020 on not a particularly good note with us losing the unit. I always expected to try and find another location, but that just never happened, which is why I've not posted a video for 18 months now. I wanted to give you an update in terms of where we are, also to cover off some of the cars that I still have, some of the cars that I had to sell, and also what's happened to everything since we moved out of the unit. My intention is still to have a garage where I can work on my cars, but for now I'm going to work from home. I've got a tent on the back garden, which I'll show you a little later on in the video, where we will continue to work on some of the cars. So you may remember my last update, we had about 12 cars in the unit. I think in the end we ended up selling about 5 or 6 of them. We sold the Mini Clubman Estate, the Mark 1 MG 1100, the Mark 3 MG 1300 two-door, the Mark 1 Morris 1100 Estate, and the Mini Clubman were all sold. We scrapped one of the Magentas, and everything else has been moved into storage or brought home. I may have sold another one, but I can't remember now. There's a couple of cars that have joined us as well. We sold the MGF, the green one that we took the engine out of the red one and put into the green one. I've since been and bought another MGF, so we've still got an MGF, just not the same car. So I'll flip the camera over and we'll cover off a couple of the cars that we've got here, and I'll also go through the tent as well. So this is my new old MGF. It's a 1995 MGF, which is being imported from Japan. It's quite a rare car because it's got air conditioning, not that it works. I bought this last year simply because it's got an MOT on it, and me and my friend are planning on doing a road trip. It's sat here since then, the tyres have gone flat and so has the battery. But at some point this year we will do something with it. I've also got my Ford Puma Trek car. I don't know whether I introduced this on the channel previously, so I'll do a video purely on this. We actually own three Ford Pumas at the moment, including this one. If we go down the garden. So if we head into the tent, you'll see where most of my cars are now stored. So this is my 1971 Morris Mini 1000 called Kermit that we've had forever, and certainly won't be going anywhere anytime soon. We have the third of the 4 Pumas at the back there. That's just a spare body shell for my track car, should I need also a spare engine. We have a new second Mini. This is actually for my daughter. She really wanted a classic Mini, and this one came up for sale locally for not a lot of money. I've still got seat mounting, which is slowly dwindling, but I need to continue to sell them through. At the back there, you probably can't see, but it's a Black Tulip Austin 1300 automatic. Now, that is another new car to the channel, but it's very similar to my other Austin 1100, which is here. This was originally Harvey's Gold, but it's obviously been painted in purple at some point, and it will be Black Tulip when it's done. You may remember I was doing the arches on this in the unit. Again, not lots happened to this car since I moved. Finally, in the tent, there is my 2004 Ford Ka Sport. I'm not entirely sure why I bought this, but again, it's a new car to the channel. I always wanted a Sport Ka, and this one came up relatively cheap. It's also quite rare in the sense that it's got the blue interior rather than the leather with the blue piping. It's not a particularly early car, it's not a particularly rare car, but it will eventually go back on the road. and then finally, I have all of my spares and everything for the various different cars that I really need to sort through, find a better home for. So we're going to head up to the first location, which is the garages where I'm storing a lot of my parts, and then we will come back here and I'll give a bit of an update in terms of what the plans are. You join me at my first garage. This is primarily used just for storage at the moment. It's got my spare wheels for the Civic Type car, and it's got all of the parts that were in my other unit. When we moved out of the other unit, I managed to get hold of these grey trays. I think there's about 50 of them in total. At the back there is the Mondeo turbo diesel engine, and then on the shelf there is the various different parts which were in the other garage. As you can see, there's not a lot I can do in here because it's absolutely jam full of stuff. We'll take a walk up now to the second garage and you'll see the magnitude of the problem that I've got at the moment in terms of how much parts I've got. This is the second of my 3 garage locations. This contains the bonnets, some doors, mainly Austin 1100 panels, a selection of grills and other bits and pieces. As you can see, it's not got a great deal in here, so I'm going to move a lot of stuff out the other garage into this garage. This is my third garage and by far the messiest of the 3. It's the one that I want to get rid of first. It's mainly just junk and the odd bits and pieces. When we moved house, we didn't get a lot of time to sort stuff out, so it pretty much just all got brought up here and dumped into this garage. So my plan today is to move some of the smaller items out into the other garages just so that I can start to tidy this up, and then I can get to some of the parts that are at the back there. A lot of them are, as I say, rubbish. That's the van empty now, and all of the parts carefully stowed away in the garage. I'm going to head home now and pick up where we left off from there. Well, you joined me back home after being up at the garages for a little while this afternoon. I just thought I'd cover a few other cars that I've got parked at home at the moment. Firstly is my 106, the Mondeo that you will have seen previously, my Honda Civic Type R, the Citroen AX, which I think I may have covered briefly on the previous channel, and my Escort convertible, and then a couple of cars down the front. I'll go back round to the back and wrap up the video. I'll end the video here in the garage with my magenta kit car. As you can see, I've not done anything to it since the garage when we painted it. Probably needs repainting again because it'll have been scratched. There's engines and all sorts of parts again at the back of the garage. Again, I'll do something with it one day, but this is probably not going to be this year's project or even next year's project. So that's it really. That's the update to where we are with the channel. I'd like to have done something a little bit before now, but I just simply haven't had the chance. If you want to see something on the channel, or you want to see a review of a car, or me go in a bit more detail about one of my cars, do let me know. But that's it for now, and I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.